So then I sat down at the acoustic piano and I just started playing around with some things. Then I brought out my laptop, opened up a Logic session, put together a bit of a groove to kind of get us going and give us some ideas, just to kind of start the energy of what the song was going to feel like. And this is what I ultimately came up with for that.
Hey there, bonjour, and welcome to Music Theater Sound Lab, where we talk about all facets of writing and producing great theater music like a music producer. I'm Joanna Burns. I'm a composer, singer-songwriter, and sometime actor, full-time lover of kitties, cinnamon, and Larry David. Today I'm going to peel back the curtain on one of my own latest collaborative projects, a project with which I am currently in love and gently obsessed. This is another piece from the currently untitled Flophouse project that I've been writing with geniuses Justin Anthony Long and Joël René Scoville. If you missed my video from a few weeks ago where I show you how I went about playing and editing the guitar part for another Flophouse project song, you can watch that video here. The elevator pitch for the show is, set in 2009 in one of the last remaining single-room occupancy SRO hotels in New York City's Bowery District, the Flophouse project is centered on 8 diverse residents faced with eviction. Using a contemporary score, the musical provides a glimpse into the personalities, desires, and needs of the soon-to-be homeless folks as they go on job interviews, await the mail, dream of a better tomorrow, and wonder where they'll go in a world that doesn't seem to care. So while the topic is definitely heavy and substantial, we promise there is also joy and levity in this show, and some of that levity comes from this song moment. If I Got to Come On Down. This song is a sort of fever dream where the residents within the Flophouse all get to be contestants on their favorite TV show, which they watch in the lobby every day, which is The Price is Right. It's a big production number where everyone lives out some moments of fantasy. So now I'll open up my brain and my Logic session to share with you how I went about writing and producing If I Got to Come On Down. So come on down.
So this song was getting mulled over in conversation for quite a while. We just kept talking about it. So many songs go this way. We would talk and talk and talk, and then finally that set us into motion. The three of us live in separate states. Justin is in California, Joel's in New York, and I'm in New Jersey. So the first time that we ever even got to write in the same room physically was at the Pasadena Writers Retreat in January. That was this year. Very exciting. So once we had a halfway muddy idea, Justin and Joel went to work sketching out some lyrics. Lyrics first on the song was particularly important because the song really does follow the structure of the actual Price is Right game. So there was a logical timeline of what had to happen when. In the end, it's really more of a musical scene, much more than it is a song. So they came up with something like the opening vest, which is the free tempo sort of section at the beginning, which sets the scene for the song. But here's how that part sounds.
After I die, there is nothing to expect. No heaven, no hell, no what comes next. But if I did believe, it would be filled with love and light, and God would be Bob Barker, saying you're the next contestant on The Price is Right.
So then I sat down at the acoustic piano and I just started playing around with some things. Then I brought out my laptop, opened up a Logic session, put together a bit of a groove to kind of get us going and give us some ideas, just to kind of start the energy of what the song was going to feel like. And this is what I ultimately came up with for that. The overall instrumentation for the show currently includes piano, bass, organ, acoustic and electric guitar, a drum kit, and then some hand percussion. There's not too much to this. Let me just break that down for you a little bit, and I will just hear just the percussion section first. So this is me chopping up Logic's tambourine. I like to do that a whole bunch. The sound quality of the tambourine is good, but it doesn't always play the rhythm that I want. So there's that. Chopped it up to my needs. Then we've got Logic's shakers. I'm a big fan of their shakers. Cool. Then we've got the bass. This is a trillion bass. Then we've got the piano. You get the idea. Then I started singing what would become the refrain over the top of all of that. I always knew that it would be in layers, sort of around. So the three of us just sort of crashed and burned through what it might sound like. I would start the one vocal and then I would point to the next person and the next person, and we just kind of simulated what that would feel like. That was a really memorable moment, actually. When it came time to make this full session, I was driving myself insane. Ultimately, what I was up against was that we have 3 refrains, actually 4 refrains. And the first 3, they were varying too much. They were not doing the work of a refrain. And so what we ended up doing was making the first 2 much more similar so that the third would then introduce a variation. I'm just going to play it for you.
If I got to come on down, if I got to come down, if I got to, if I got to come on down.
There's that groove, underscore. Eventually that will get changed as the dialogue progresses, as it's clearer. Until then, it's just a placeholder. It's the same thing every single time. So that was refrain 1.
If I got to come on down, if I got to come down, if I got to, if I got to come on down.
So as you can see, we came to a different key. We have a little bit more harmony, but it's essentially the same thing again. Here is the third refrain.
If I got to come on down, Lord, I didn't think it'd make it. Sweet Jesus, one day. I got to come on down.
If you're not noticing by now, these are all my voice. Yes, they are. They will remain to be my voice until we get performers to sing on this, when it's a little bit more final. I have these vocals panned kind of across the room, so to speak, just to create a little bit more depth and engagement for the listener. Especially if you're wearing headphones, it'll give you just a little bit more of that immersive experience. Aside from the panning, all of the vocals are processed the same way. So I've got the same reverb, the same compression, the same EQ happening across the board because I recorded them in the same space and it was all me. I also wrote my own version of The Price is Right music because basically we don't know if we'll be able to call the show that they watch The Price is Right at all. Either way, I've written my own Price is Right music. This is sort of to split the difference. So stylistically, it's like The Price is Right, but it's not The Price is Right. And if it ever needs to actually be The Price is Right, it can. Actually, in this final section, I call this 70s luxury. That's what it makes me feel like. It makes me think of Robin Leach and The Love Boat and what's that other show? Paradise Island? No, Treasure Island? Whatever. The thing with the plane. You know what I'm talking about. The shows that I would watch as a kid when I was homesick from school. It reminds me of that.
If I got to come on down, if I got to come on down, if I got to, if I got to, if I got to, if I got to come on, if I got to come on, if I got to come on, if I got to, if I got to come on, if I got to come on, come on down.
So far we are still in major writing and development mode on this piece. At some point though in the near future, as I mentioned, we will get proper voices on it, and we've actually tossed around the idea of maybe putting together some form of documentation of that recording process. All I know is that I cannot wait to see this thing on stage. Anyway, I hope that any of that could be helpful to you. Please feel free to chime in with any questions or perspectives in the comments below. And if you're not already part of the tribe, hit that subscribe button for more insights into the intersection of musical theater, music production, and songwriting. Bye.